Hey guys, welcome back to Freedom Homestead. I'm going to show you just a quick, this is not really a tutorial, it's very simple. I'm painting a chalkboard on my wall. I'm in my eat-in area. As you can see, there's the dining table. I really wanted a command center, and the plan that I originally had isn't going to work, so I'm improvising. I was planning on putting it right here, but as you can see, it's only about, well, it's just not enough space to do everything I wanted to do. So I'm bringing it over here, and I am utilizing an old frame that we had in the basement. I'm going to dry paint that some white paint just to kind of give it a rustic farmhouse look. But what I've done here is I've measured off my frame, and I've just put some blue tape, painter's tape, to mark where I'm going to paint. I'm using the Valspar black chalkboard paint. I picked this up from Lowe's. It was like $10 or something, but I'm really excited, so let's do this. So while my first layer of chalkboard paint is drying, I'm going to take this old frame outside and I'm going to paint it with some white flat paint. Okay, welcome to my new front porch. As you can see, we have a lot of carpet here in the background, which has to be taken to the dump very soon, but we're going to focus our attention here on our frame. This is my daughter's project that she hasn't finished yet. She used my flat white paint yesterday, left the top off overnight, but I think there's enough in here to do what I want to do. So like I said, I'm just going to take this little cheap 2-inch craft brush, and I'm going to dry brush some of this paint on. Now I'm going to play with it for a second. I may end up not painting the whole thing, but just kind of dragging this across and see what it looks like. If I don't like it, then I'll paint the whole thing and sand some of it. So let's see. So I like the way that the dry brush technique looks. It's freshened, but it still has some of that black coming through, so I really like the look of it. But what I'm going to do is on the inside, you can still see some of the woodwork. So I'm just going to take some of the same stain I used to stain my table, and I'm going to stain the wood around the inside. Now the instructions say to wait 24 hours before putting on another coat. I've never been one for following rules very well. It's actually been about 20 minutes. So it looks dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply the second, hopefully last coat. I'm just gonna do a really thin coat, and then I will let it sit for 24 hours, maybe, before I prime it, which you guys know, you just take a piece of chalk on it, rub it on its side, all over, then dust it, and then it's good to go. So let's do this. Okay, So we're gonna let this dry for 24 hours. Then we are going to do our chalk thing and then hang the frame, and then I will be able to start using this as kind of a command center. So, okay, so I lied. I waited a couple of hours and now I am ready to, I took the tape off, I put the hooks for my frame. Now I'm just taking some white chalk and I'm gonna rub it on the side all over, then I'm gonna wipe it off, and then it's gonna be ready to use.
Check it.
Let's put the frame on. Okay, there it is. Now I definitely need a better way to hang it, but yeah, you can see there's kind of a gap right there in the wall, especially toward the bottom. But for right now, I'm very happy with this. So I'm going to actually put my menu for the week on here, but eventually this is going to become our command center. So I'm very excited, very happy with how this turned out. Somewhere packed in this house, I have a pack of chalk pens that my friend Susan sent me, and I put it somewhere thinking I'm gonna put it here so I'll be able to find it easily. I have torn this house apart and I cannot find those anywhere, so it's driving me crazy. But anyway, very excited to have this. I think it looks great in this space, and as I add more things, make it more colorful, I think it's gonna be great. This is why I like chalk pens. Yeah. Okay, so you guys remember this bucket from my home decor haul? This is what it was intended for. It's to hold my chalk pens for whenever I can find them. But yeah, that's what that's for. I'm just gonna go ahead and put chalk in it for now. But eventually when I find my chalk pens, that is where they're gonna go. Okay, so here is what it looks like after I've done what I wanted to do. So I've got a calendar here. I've got a list of bills we can check off as we pay them. I've got the weekly menu and this week at a glance. I love how it turned out. It's been really, really helpful. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me do this chalkboard on the wall, and hopefully it inspires you to try something different in your house to get organized and to be a little stylish. Until next time. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by Freedom Homestead. Here we're about living off the land, being together as a family. We homeschool our 2 children. We talk to you about our gardening adventures, how we preserve our own food and build our food storage. We live on a tight budget, and we share with you our grocery hauls. I will even break out the cleaners and show you how I clean my house. So whether we're sharing with you our life, our love of liberty, or our love for each other, thanks so much for stopping by, and please consider subscribing.